Can you all hear me? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Just put up your hand. Can you hear me? I see Pratik, who is a very young participant. Good evening, Pratik. Yeah, good. Hi. And I see Lavanya on my screen. I see Suguna. I also see Sheikh Kajawali. All of you are in mute. Don't worry. You can hear me, right? Another minute, please. This is 2 minutes noodles. It's cooking up. Hold on. Pavitra, can you hear me? Pavitra. Can you hear me, all of you? Am I audible? Just say yes. Yes, raise your hand. Yes. Can you hear me? All of you? Okay. I'll resume. The commercial break is over. Okay. You'll communicate in everyday situations. And when we are confident in using English, we can plan for using English in really formal situations, which is what we finally aim to do. Now here, now I want to be full screen to tell you something. Now, if this is what we aim to do in this course, it is not enough if I prepare my lessons, I talk to you, I present my lessons, and you do nothing. It is only when you as participants become an active participant will I be able to do something. So there are a lot of expectations from you as participants. What are the expectations? One, I request you to be an active participant during the sessions. Active participants means you should almost create a classroom atmosphere between you and me. You should feel the seriousness of sitting in a classroom and paying attention to what I'm saying and respond to me in the same manner. Second, ఈ రోజు ఎవరు తెచ్చుండకపోవచ్చు, but from the next class, being an active participant means you should come prepared with a notebook and pen. It's almost like, I don't know, maybe small children teachers tell them, notebook, write the date, write the topic title, and take down notes. I think that makes a very systematic way of taking down notes for each book. Not only that, I also request all the participants to have sheets of paper like this. A few sheets of paper on which you can write, suppose I say a word like, I want all of you to give me a verb. So you can write your own verb. I'm writing mine. I'm writing swim. I want all of you to show me the paper, and this is how you have to show. You should show it to the mic, and this is not the right pen that I'm using. A lesson to me also. I should have a sketch pen, a black sketch pen on which I can write. For example, I'll write it to you now and show it to you. The letter size is big. So when we are going to learn more and more words that we are going to use in our everyday English, see, my face is hidden, but I'm not bothered. What I'm more interested in is I want the word to be seen. So when you put up your paper, you should put it up like this. So have your notebooks and pens, have sheets of paper and a sketch pen, black sketch, so that you can work on it. And please interact whenever you're asked to. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఒక్కదాన్ని, మీరు అటువైపు చాలా మంది ఉన్నారు. So we'll use a lot of sign language. Thumbs up, show your paper, wave your hand. If you raise your hand if you want to ask me something, or when I ask you to do something, you do it, physical movements, so that we can communicate. This is all about communicating. So interact. You can even upload short videos, upload short audio files in your assignments when we ask you to do it. When I open the chat box, you can also type your answers. Chat box is not to greet each other, good morning or good afternoon or how are you, but it is actually to answer according to the thing, especially vocabulary. When we want to increase our vocabulary, more and more words, contribution from all of you who are seated. So one word from each, and afterwards when we see the chat box, each one of you will have 40 words to learn. So we should use the chat box well, how to use it, and do all the follow-up activities. Madam garu chepparu prati roju prati class ki assignment untundi. Let me promise you one thing, assignments will not be big. Assignments will be simple. Assignments will make you think. Assignments will make you use English. క్లాస్లో చెప్పిన దాన్ని బేస్ చేసుకొని మీరు వాడేటట్టు ఉంటాయి అసైన్మెంట్స్. అండ్ ఎప్పుడు టీచర్స్ హోంవర్క్ అంటారు అని చాలా మంది కోపాలు ఉంటాయి టీచర్స్ మీద. మీ కోపం తీర్చుకునే టైం వచ్చింది. మీకు 10 నిమిషాలు మాత్రమే పడుతుంది అసైన్మెంట్ చేయడం, మాక్సిమం 15 minutes. కానీ నేను ఒక 100 మందిది 1000 మందిది అసైన్మెంట్స్ చూడాలి అంటే నాకు 2 రోజులు పట్టొచ్చు. సో ఆర్ యు ఆల్ ఇన్ ఫర్ మీ? Do you want to give me a return gift of homework that is much larger in volume than the 10 minutes of work that I give you? I'm ready. Are you? So do your assignments well. And finally, don't miss any session. ఇది నేను చెప్పడం అంత బాగుండదేమో, మీ సెషన్ బాగుంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా మేము ఉంటాం కదా అని మీరు అనొచ్చు. లాంగ్వేజ్ లెర్నింగ్ ఇంతకాలం రాలేదు కాబట్టి ఇంత వచ్చే ఉంటుంది. నేను ఎవరికి పూర్తిగా రాలేదని ఎప్పుడూ అనను, వచ్చి ఉంటుంది. దాన్ని ఫైన్ ట్యూన్ చేస్తున్నాము, కాన్ఫిడెంట్గా వాడడం నేర్చుకుంటున్నాము. ఇది చెయ్యాలి అంటే ఇట్స్ లైక్ క్లైంబింగ్ ద స్టేర్స్. యు ఆర్ ఇన్ స్టేర్ 1, యూ మైట్ మూవ్ ఓవర్ టు స్టేర్ 3, ఈజీ జంపే ఒక రోజు వినకపోతే. కానీ స్టేర్ 1 నుంచి స్టేర్ 10 దాకా ఒకేసారి జంప్ చేయడం అనేది కష్టం. సో therefore it's like a spiral. One class will lead to the next and lead to the next and the final outcome. ఇది బాగా అవ్వాలి అంటే please do not miss any session. Your participation will make it more and more interesting for me to come with newer and newer things. And when I come up with newer and newer things, you will also be with me. And I hope towards the end, I should be able to call you by names. That must be the level of participation that I have from you. Now, today is the first class. Generally, in the first class, we lay down the rules as to how we will, sort of conduct ourselves in the 30 days. So I've told you what you will achieve, and I've also told you what I expect from you. But before that, it's important that we know each other. And for that, my first class, I have taken up the everyday activity of introducing oneself. ఇప్పుడు ఇంట్రడ్యూసింగ్ వన్ సెల్ఫ్ అన్నది మనం ఎక్కడ చేస్తాం? When do we do it? We might do it in an English class. We might do it at an interview. We might do it in a social gathering. We might do it when when somebody asks you to do a bit of public speaking. That is the first thing that you have to do. You have to introduce yourself. But all said and done, introducing oneself, it is the first strike. క్యారమ్ బోర్డ్లో కూర్చొని క్యారమ్ ఆడుతున్నప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ స్ట్రైక్ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇట్ విల్ స్కాటర్ ఆల్ ద థింగ్స్ అండ్ డ్రా అటెన్షన్ ఆఫ్ ఎవ్రీబడి ఆన్ ద బోర్డ్. సో దట్ ఫస్ట్ స్ట్రైక్ ఈజ్ ఇంట్రడ్యూసింగ్ వన్ సెల్ఫ్, విచ్ వీ డూ ఇన్ మెనీ ప్లేసెస్. సో it's a very, very brief thing. We introduce where we do it another cheppanu. How do we do it? Now this is an important point. Now introducing oneself is a very spontaneous, natural activity. I am so and so అని చెప్పడం. కానీ బాగా చెప్పాలి అనుకుంటే దాని గురించి ఆలోచించాలి. When you think about it, the best part is it can be pre-written and learned. You can think about it, you can note it down, you can prepare it, you can think about it so many times that when you actually do it somewhere, you do it spontaneously, you do it well. How do we start? The starting is always the issue. We need to greet. How do we greet? When it is before 12 in the afternoon, we say good morning. I'll make this quick because all of you know this. Between 12 and 4:30 p.m., we say good afternoon. And after 4:30, we say good evening. మరి రాత్రి 8 గంటలకు ఏం చెప్తాము? Good night? No. We say good evening again because good night is only a send-off signal. Good night ante close అయిపోయినట్టు, end. So we can, in formal situations, we can say hi, hello, and we can say bye-bye towards the end. So the opening of greeting, and how do we greet? Good morning. ఎందుకురా బాబు ఏం చెప్పబోతున్నారో అన్నట్టు కాదు. Good morning. The voice should have a smile in it. It should be said with, good morning. I can't do that. That's very funny. So the voice should carry the smile. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Be very, very, be very conscious about the fact that we need to look good. We need to make the best presentation. So the next is you say your name. This can be said in this way. My name is Sai Lakshmi. I am Sai Lakshmi. I am Sai Lakshmi. Or my name is Sai Lakshmi. Or over the telephone we say, this is Sai Lakshmi. ఇది సింపుల్, ఇది అందరికీ వచ్చు. కానీ చాలా మంది ఇంకొక రకంగా ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేసుకుంటారు. అండ్ దట్ ఈస్ మై సెల్ఫ్ సాయి లక్ష్మి. చేస్తామా లేదా? ఇది దిస్ ఈజ్ నాట్ యాక్సెప్టబుల్. యూ కెన్ సే ఐఎమ్ సాయి లక్ష్మి, మై నేమ్ ఇస్ సాయి లక్ష్మి, మై సెల్ఫ్ సాయి లక్ష్మి, total cross, not accepted anywhere. So be careful. This is the first lesson that you've learned in your introduction today. Not to say, I told you we are going to correct our errors. Not to say an error. Not to use English incorrectly. So myself, Sai Lakshmi, is wrong. Now talk about your age. This is again optional. Chala mandi ladies ki asalu vaalla age cheppadam ishtam undadu. That's why I said it's optional. Even men don't want to say their names these days. So, so I have left it optional, but if you have to say it, how do we say it? I am dash years old. Na age nenu cheppanu. I am dash years old. Ala cheppe kante, it's easier to say, I am in my early, mid, or late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. ఇదంతా బాగానే ఉంది కదా, మరి 12 నుంచో 13 నుంచో టీన్, 13, 19 దాకా ఎలా చెప్తాము? ఐఎమ్ ఇన్ మై ఎర్లీ టీన్స్, ఐఎమ్ ఇన్ మై లేట్ టీన్స్. She is in her early teens. Most of you or some of you might be in your early 20s. So this is how you say it with style. I am 59 years old is not that good. Better still is I am in my late 50s. Open-ended, general. Then you have to say where you are coming from and how can this be said. మీరు ఈరోజు నోట్బుక్స్ తెచ్చుకోలేదు, you can see this also in the recorded version in the YouTube, but note down these sentences and I'll keep this for you for some time too. I am from Srikakulam. I am from Vijayanagaram. అది ఒక స్టైల్. ఇంకొక స్టైల్, I am a Vizagite. I am an Andhraite. I am a Keralite. It means you're talking about the place from where you're coming from. Or I come from Vijayanagaram. I come from Kurnool. Any place, name a place. I am from Kurnool, a place in Andhra Pradesh. Even that is possible. ఇప్పుడు మనందరికీ ఏపీ తెలుసు. Suppose somebody from Tamil Nadu is introducing himself. I am from Coimbatore, a place in Tamil Nadu. So, it's this, I am from dash, which is in dash. That is how we do it. Sometimes you are born in a place and you also grow up in that place. I am from and raised in Visakhapatnam. అంటే అక్కడే పుట్టాను, అక్కడే పెరిగాను. You want to say that. కొన్నిసార్లు ఒక చోట పెరుగుతాము, ఇంకొక చోట ఉంటాము. I grew up in Visakhapatnam, but now live in Vijayawada. This is a telecast from Vijayawada. I'm in Vijayawada. I grew up in Vizag and I now live in Vijayawada. I've been living in Vijayawada for the past 4 years. So how do we say? ఇవి 4-5 sentences continuous గా చెప్పడం అన్నది it's a very important task. The next thing is you talk about your qualification. 1, you're still studying. You'll complete your graduation. అప్పుడు ఎలా చెప్పాలి? I'm about to graduate. I repeat, I'm about to graduate. Even more, a little more style. Suppose you finished your graduation. I am an economics graduate. I am a science graduate. I am a physics graduate. I am an economics graduate. A or an, depending upon the sound with which the word begins. Or I have a Bachelor's of Arts degree in commerce. I have a Bachelor of Arts degree in civil engineering. I have a Bachelor of Arts degree in mechanical engineering or agricultural engineering. Whatever is your subject. If it is a graduation, you can say this. If you're a postgraduate, you can say, I'm an economics postgrad. Ala flow ravali. I'm an economics postgrad. I am a physics postgrad. I have done my master's in physics. Even that can be said. Apart from the course, you can probably even be taking additional courses. అవి కూడా చెప్పాలి కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఎప్పుడైనా మన ఇంట్రొడక్షన్లో ఎంత కంప్లీట్గా ఉంటే అంత ఇంప్రెసివ్గా ఉంటుంది. సపోజ్ యూర్ డూయింగ్ సమ్ అడిషనల్ కోర్సెస్, హౌ డు యూ సే దెమ్? ఇక్కడ ఇట్స్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ యూ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ దిస్. If it is a course that is theoretical in nature, we use the word in, I-N. For example, I'm doing a course in applied mathematics. I'm an economics graduate. I'm doing a special course in agricultural economics. But if the course is skills-based, like driving, swimming, painting, drawing, anything, then it is on. I'm doing a course on so and so. So you take note on in versus on. You use in when it is a theoretical subject. You use on when it is a practical subject. Now, this is again very, very optional. If you are an employee, we should know how to say our employee status too. I work at. ఇక్కడ మీరు ఈ స్లైడ్ మొత్తం చూసినట్టయితే ఇక్కడ ట్రికీ వర్డ్స్ అంతా కూడా at, for, then again at or as a or as an. These are the in. Other things are very easy. I work at, manager, company పేరు, ఇవన్నీ ఈజీ. కానీ సెంటెన్స్ కరెక్ట్గా ఉండాలి అంటే here is it. I work at dash in the dash department. I work at Amul in the marketing department, or I work for Amul in the marketing department. You can also say I'm a manager at Amul India. I work as a manager. Manager అయితే ఏ వస్తుంది. అది కాకుండా ఇంకా sounds, vowel sounds. I'll take up a class on a and an separately. If it is a vowel sound, it takes an an. So be cautious about the prepositions that you use when you're talking about your work. The next thing is, when you talk about work, the next thing obviously is, how long have you been working in that organization? What's your experience level? And how do you say that? I have dash years of experience in the occupation. I have 3 years of experience in managing a sales team. I have worked in the sales team as a manager, as a manager for 3 years. So it depends again on how many years, what is the position held, and which is the organization you have been working in. Suppose you have changed organizations, you can still give a chronological order of where you started and what you were doing, or what you're doing currently and move back to what you did in your previous years. Then, talking about family. This again is an important thing which we do not know how to say. For example, we are 5 in my family. My mother, my father, I have a brother and a sister too. Ila cheptam. But this is not very good. This is neither, good to hear, nor is it, style to speak that way. So how can you see this? Don't use this kind of a thing. What can you do? I am from a family of total number. ఈ రకంగా అయితే I'm from a family of 5. I'm one of the 3 siblings. ఇప్పుడు ఇందాకేమన్నారు, మై మదర్, మై ఫాదర్, ఐ హ్యావ్ అ బ్రదర్ అండ్ సిస్టర్ అంటే 5 అయ్యారు. సో ఐఎమ్ ఫ్రమ్ అ ఫ్యామిలీ ఆఫ్ 5 అండ్ ఐ హ్యావ్ 2 siblings, or I'm one of the 3 siblings. Siblings is a word that you should learn. Siblings means brothers and sisters in the family. Suppose you're the only child, you say I'm an only child. The next is, okay. Now we come to the most important aspect. All this is factual information that only speaks about you and your facts. But then, now as a person, you should seem interesting. You are an interesting person. Everybody is an interesting person. And how do we show that? It is only through the way we present our hobbies. Hobbies can be singing, dancing, drawing, gardening, anything. Each one can have a fantastic hobby, even a small hobby that you don't do all the time, but still, you should know how to say it. How can you say it? I really like. This is where the emotional project of your voice is important, because when you say, I really like dancing, ఆ లైకింగ్ అన్నది కనిపించాలి, ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్లో కనిపించాలి, మొహంలో కనిపించాలి, చెప్పే మాటలో కనిపించాలి. I really like running. I'm a keen runner. This is where you can expand. I'm a keen runner. Every time there is a run for Hyderabad or run for, Andhra Pradesh or run for some social cause, I'm part of it. I'm a marathon runner. You can expand your likes a great deal. Give examples when you talk about your likes. I love painting. As of now, I think I've done 20 to 25 paintings on canvas, but I've not yet displayed them. I'll display them soon. There is every possibility to build up on your thing right here. So your hobby is a very important part of you, because what we do in our free time is something that we carry all through our life, and therefore it speaks volumes about you. So it's very, very important. And finally, యూనిక్నెస్ ఉండాలి అంటే, అందరూ ఒకేలా ప్రెజెంటేషన్ ఇస్తే మరి ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ ఇలాగ ప్రీ రిటర్న్గా చెప్పగలిగితే అందరిది ఒకలాగే ఉంటుంది. ఏ కార్డ్ తీసినా ఒకటే, ఒకవైపు ఒకటే అచ్చు, ఇటువైపు నంబర్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఈ యూనిక్నెస్ ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది? జాకా, కింగా, క్వీనా అన్నది యూనిక్. ఇటు సైడ్ అన్నీ ఒకటే. ఇంతవరకు అందరం ఒకటే చెప్పాం. Now you turn your card, your ace card. How do you do that? You talk about something that is interesting, an interesting fear that many of you may not have, an achievement, an extraordinary experience that has changed you for what you are. You can talk about it. Chala brief ga cheppali ante, see all the aspects that should go inside this. You should greet with a smile. State your name, talk about your age, state your location, state your qualification. If you're an employee, your work status. If you're an employee, the experience that you have. Talk about your family, your likes, and your extraordinary fun fact. But this is not the close. Don't go away. I have something else. Now, here is a sample. Let me read out what is there. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sai Lakshmi. I'm in my late 50s. I am from Visakhapatnam, but now live in Vijayawada. I'm a doctorate in English from Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad. I'm a deputy director at the Office of the Commissioner of Technical Education, Andhra Pradesh. I have 29 years of teaching experience, teaching English. I am from a family of 4. I have a brother. I really enjoy doll making and gardening. ఇప్పుడు ఇది చూసారు కదా. నెక్స్ట్ స్లైడ్లో ఇంకొకటి చూపిస్తాను. The same thing said a little differently, so that the framework is ready in my mind. Good morning, everybody. My name is Sai Lakshmi and I'm in my late 50s. I am from Visakhapatnam but live in Vijayawada due to my work. I've done my doctorate in English from JNTU, Hyderabad, and I'm right now working in the Office of the Commissioner of Technical Education as the Deputy Director. I put in 29 years of experience in teaching English, but now I'm mostly into administration. I am from a family of 4. I have a brother, younger brother. As for what I enjoy doing in my free time, I really enjoy doll making and gardening. And the minute I say doll making, I should tell you, you name an event, name a situation, I can make a doll for you for that. If it is Sankranti, I can make the Sankranti dolls. If it is D.R.B.SRI, I can make the D.R.B.SRI dolls. If it is a wedding, I can make the wedding dolls. I'm so good at it because I love doing it. Now, what is the difference that you have seen between the first and the second one? The second one, because I have pre-written it, it allows me to think more and more about myself and then say it as time goes on, add more and more to what I like doing, talking about my family or talking about my work itself, a little more about my work, not just the experience, the number of years of experience, but what is it that is so very interesting in my work. As a teacher who's taught for 29 years, I can very clearly say I have met some of the students who are the naughtiest, some of the students who are, who give me really, that kind of a shake where I say, now come on, we have to do something together. Some of them who don't come at all, some of them who are extra enthusiastic, all kinds of students. See, I'm adding on to my experience, and all that I have said, all that I have experienced during the 29 years of my teaching experience, it allows me to do a lot more because the first draft is ready with me. Now, it's your turn now. I'll give you a hint as well. This slide, I want you to make a note of it. You can check it out later too. Based on this, I request all of you to write your introductions and post them as an assignment. Let me see. Let me get to know all of you, each one of you, day after day. As you come on to the classes, I should be able to call you by names and say, I'm so happy to be talking to you long distance. So this is your slide. I'm keeping it for some time. Okay. Now that is for self-introductions. I hope I have been slow. Am I clear to all of you? Just give me a thumbs up if I'm clear. Can you understand me? Is my English difficult? Say yes or no. Nod your head. No. No or yes? No. Good. Can you all understand all that I say? Say yes. This is yes. This is no. Let's practice that. Okay. Yes. Okay. Oh, not audible. Okay. We'll see what we can do the next time. So now I'll end my session with a few tips. Now I'll close the chat. Now I'm not leaving. Please don't go away. This is not the end of the session. I have something very, very important to tell you. మీకు ఇంతవరకు ఇంట్రడ్యూసింగ్ వన్ సెల్ఫ్ చెప్పాను, కానీ ఇప్పుడు the next few slides are important. ముందే చెప్పాను నేను, కమ్యూనికేషన్ అన్నది చేయడం అన్నది కాన్ఫిడెంట్గా చేసేటప్పుడే మన పర్సనాలిటీ స్ట్రాంగ్గా కనిపించేది. స్ట్రెంగ్త్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ పర్సనాలిటీ ఈజ్ రిఫ్లెక్టెడ్ ఇన్ ద కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ విత్ విచ్ వీ కమ్యూనికేట్. ఇక్కడ ఈ 2 పిక్చర్స్ మీరు స్లైడ్లో చూస్తే, look at the hand movement in one picture. You can feel the confidence. Look at the smile and the laughter. You can feel the confidence. When can we feel this kind of a confidence? When can we communicate confidently? If I open the chat box, I know you can type, but think about it. Think about when we can communicate confidently. Yes, no answers iవ్వకండి. Chat box open చేద్దాం. I'll just wait for 2 minutes for you to respond in the chat. Let's see who gives me the first answer in the chat. Open the chat box. Can I open it here? No, I don't want madam or 1 or 2. I want to, when we prepare perfectly, excellent. When we learn everything, wonderful. I'll also note of who made the first answer, gave the first answer. Confidence is very high. Okay, when we achieve something, right? Okay, good. Good body language, laughing. When we practice, don't comment on somebody else's. You give your answer. Soft skills, wonderful. Okay, good. Yeah, okay. We'll close the chat box here and see how many have said every answer is right. We can communicate confidently when all that you have said is right. Others can read the chat box in, later. Yes. But to do this, to do this, how can we do this? Where is share screen? I want to go to my PPT. Okay. Yes. Bear with me if I'm slightly slow. Okay. This is the tricky thing. You have to think in English. What normally happens is, most of us, we translate from Telugu to English. English మాట్లాడుతున్నప్పుడు, during the process of talking, we are thinking in Telugu and trying to say that in English. If this is what anybody does, it's a very, very frustrating effort. I can write it and give it to you with 100% confidence that if you are thinking in one language and communicating in the other, the transition period will make it a very frustrating experience. So you have to learn to think in English. The next few minutes that's what we are going to do. Is it possible? Yes. The good news is there are certain very concrete steps that we can take, we can do as well as practice, so that we can stop translating. Why should we stop translating? Because if we stop translating, it will increase the fluency while speaking in English. So why do we need to think in English? You've already said that. Why do we need to be confident when we communicate? Again, you've said, how can we be confident? You've also said that. So now, how can we think in English? Step 1. ఏమైంటుందబ్బా, ఆలోచించాలంటే ఇంగ్లీష్లోనే ఆలోచించాలంటే ఎలా చేయాలి, ఏం చెప్తాను నేను అనుకుంటున్నారు? A little bit of suspense. Think. You think and, keep your answers ready and see if they match with what I say. See, no answer is the absolute answer. Every answer is right, but I'm talking like an expert. So what's your first step? Look around your room. Name all the objects in English in your head. I said think in English. Andukani raayanakkర్లేదు. Think fast. For example, I'm giving you an example. For example, look at me doing this. I'm in this room. I can take a look around this room. I have a cam in front of me. Cam, laptop, paper, mouse, mic, pen, books. This is a studio. So, think in English. ఇది నేను గట్టిగా చెప్పాను, కానీ మీరేం చేయాలి? గబగబ 1 minute maximum objects in the room ఆలోచించి నోట్ చేసుకోగలగాలి. It's possible that I don't know what to say for this. This is an object, but I don't know the name. ఇది గ్లాస్ మూత. మూత అన్నది తెలుసు. Okay. I don't know what to say it in English. కానీ తెలుగులో తెలుసును కదా ఇది ఏంటో. So note those words which you cannot name. ఎందుకు naming words important అంటే, naming words are important because we communicate about them. రామ అన్న నేమ్ తెలిస్తేనే రామాయణం అంతట్లో రాముడు అన్న పదం వాడగలం. So naming word is very important because that becomes a subject of your communication. సో దీనికి నాకు మూత అని తెలుసు, కానీ ఇదేమో ఏంటో ఎలా ఇంగ్లీష్లో చెప్పాలో తెలియదు. మూత అన్నది నోట్ చేసుకోండి. యూజ్ అ తెలుగు ఇంగ్లీష్ డిక్షనరీ. యూ లెర్న్ ద వర్డ్ lid. So I don't know the word lid, but now I have learnt a new word, lid. When you learn words like this will retain in your mind. Next time you'll not grope for words. మనం సాధారణంగా ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ అప్పుడు మాట్లాడినప్పుడు వర్డ్స్ గురించి ఆలోచిస్తూ ఉంటాం, ఏం చెప్పాలి. అది తగ్గాలి అంటే we should start talking in English. Yeah, anything? Okay. 1, think in English. So name objects around the room in English. Pronounce them also in the mind. For example, table, chair, bag, so on and so forth, so that your pronunciation also improves. And when you do not know a word, note them down, use a dictionary, learn the new word, and keep it in your brain. This is first step. Is it possible to do? I'm sure it is possible to. Is it possible to do? If it's possible, give me a thumbs up. Is it possible to do? Radha, is it possible to do? Thinking in English, is it possible to do? Is it possible to do? How many of you think it's possible to do? Very good, very good. Yes, it's possible to. This is a start. This is step 1. Now for the next step. Frame small sentences in English. Let's start with I am. I'm hungry. I'm teaching. Say for 2 minutes, just say I am. Go on adding sentences and sentences and sentences. And how are you doing it? You're not talking to anybody. You're talking to yourself. I am teaching. I am trying to, note what my students are doing. I am feeling slightly thirsty. I'm even hungry. So, I am going to eat after the class, so on and so forth. For 1 minute, speed, maintain the speed, maintain the tempo, think fast, think in English, and say, I am. Or, ee రోజుకి I am. రేపటికి he is. ఇంకొక రోజుకి there is. ఏదో ఒక స్ట్రక్చర్ తీసుకోండి. దెర్ ఇస్ అ పెన్ ఇన్ ద రూమ్, దెర్ ఇస్ అ కెమెరా ఇన్ ద రూమ్, కెమెరా అన్న వర్డ్ ముందు ఆలోచించారు. సో ఆల్ దోస్ వర్డ్స్ కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ సెంటెన్సెస్. ఇంకో రోజు అదే అయిపోయింది కదా, దెర్ ఇస్ అ కెమెరా ఇన్ ద రూమ్, ఇట్ ఈస్ బ్లాక్ ఇన్ కలర్, దెర్ ఇస్ అ వాచ్ ఆన్ మై టేబుల్, ఇట్ ఈస్ రెక్టాంగులర్ ఇన్ షేప్. So what are we doing? We are building up sentences with nobody's pressure. The pressure is only on you, placed by you. ఇంకొకరు మనకి ప్రెషర్ చేయనంత సేపు మనం సంతోషంగా ఈజీగా మన పేస్లోనే మనం నేర్చుకోవచ్చు. సో దిస్ ఇస్ స్టెప్ 2. Step 3. Have small conversations with yourself in English. What do you understand by this? What is a conversation? Oh, I got a plate today. Starting from the morning, I got a plate today, which means that I have to rush doing all my morning work. Then late గా లేచాను, గబగబ చేసుకోవాలి, పుస్తకాలు సర్దుకోవాలి. మదర్కి ఈరోజు నేను హెల్ప్ చేస్తానో లేదో తెలియదు. Any thought that comes to your mind, have a conversation with yourself. This is what I'm doing now. Or so take one activity. For example, if you're cooking for yourself your 2 minutes noodle, or now let me cook my 2 minutes noodle, let me place the pan on the ఆ పని చేస్తూ ఈ పని చేస్తున్నాను అనుకోవడం. That is called conversation with oneself. I'm putting the pan on the stove. Pan and a word rala. I'm putting the kadai. Now note the word kadai. I have to see it in the dictionary. So now I'm putting the pan. Next time you don't know the word pan. I'm putting the pan. Now I need a garita. Amma naina ee garitaki English lo naaku raledenti. Garita. Note cheskondi. What is garita called? Dictionary will tell you it's called a ladle. So next time you're doing the same activity, I'm taking a ladle. Do you understand? This is ఇంకొకరు నేర్పించడం కంటే మనం ఎంత కృషి చేస్తున్నామో, ఎలాగ కృషి చేస్తున్నామో అన్నది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. Now this is what I mean by having conversations with yourself in English. దీనివల్ల అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఏంటి? You don't have any pressure to be quick. ఏం ప్రెషర్ లేదు. గబగబ నేను ఎవరితోనో మాట్లాడాలి, వాళ్ళేమో అనుకుంటారు నేను స్పీడ్గా మాట్లాడలేకపోతే, స్పీడ్ కాదు, ఫ్లూయెంట్గా మాట్లాడలేకపోతే ఏమైనా అనుకుంటారు, కరెక్ట్గా మాట్లాడలేకపోతే నవ్వుతారు. ఇటువంటివి ఉండవు. ఎందుకంటే మిమ్మల్ని చూసి మీరు ఎలా నవ్వుకుంటారు? మీరు నేర్చుకుంటున్నారు కాబట్టి. సో your own pace, you can choose your own pace, you can be very slow and relaxed, but all the time your mind, your brain is working on this other language, the second language, which is English. And మళ్ళా ఎవరు చెప్పనక్కర్లేదు, నేర్చుకోవడం అవసరమా అన్నది ఎవ్వరూ చెప్పనక్కర్లేదు. Today we know that all those who are doing extremely well in the corporate sector, all those who are doing extremely well in their job profile, are those who are both good in their mother tongue as well as in English, who are good communicators, whatever the language. Language ఏదైనా కావచ్చు, కమ్యూనికేషన్ బాగుందా, కమ్యూనికేషన్ కాన్ఫిడెంట్గా ఉందా లేదా అన్నది ఇంపార్టెంట్. అదే కాకుండా ఈరోజు అవసరం ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఉంది. సో ఆర్ యూ a good communicator in English? Are you a confident communicator in English? And how to become a confident communicator? When you can think in that language and when there is absolutely no translation in the mind. I'm straight away talking. ఇప్పుడు నేను మీతో మాట్లాడుతున్నాను, I'm straight away talking to you. నేను ఇప్పుడు కాన్ఫిడెంట్గా కమ్యూనికేట్ చేయమని చెప్తున్నాను. I'm telling you that you should communicate confidently. ఇలా నేను 2 languages switch on అవటం లేదు. I'm straight away thinking in English, and that is exactly what you need to do if you want to be confident. So step 3, have small conversations. Every day for a few minutes, say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, increase the time slowly. Start this. Step 1, words and words and words in the room. Step 2, I am. There is one construction, 10 to 15 sentences for 1 or 2 minutes. Step 3, a conversation within yourself about something that you do regularly. There. Step 4, one habit of yours, your routine. Change one routine, one of your routines to English. Just one routine. Newspaper చదవడం అలవాటు ఉంటే read an English newspaper only. If you have the habit of listening to the news, listen to an English channel, English news. If you have the habit of reading a storybook at bedtime or looking at, అందరికీ ఫోన్లు ఉన్నాయి, అందరూ ఏదో ఒకటి వాచ్ చేస్తూ అలా నిద్రపోతాం, యూట్యూబ్లో ఏదో చేస్తాం. వాచ్ అన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ మూవీ. ఏదో ఒక రెగ్యులర్గా చేసే, హ్యాబిట్గా చేసే ఒక్క పని ఇంగ్లీష్లో చేయండి. దట్ ఇస్ స్టెప్ 4. The next step, this is again a very easy step. This is a very easy step. This is a very, very important step too. Almost all psychologists say that the last thoughts before sleeping will be the strongest thoughts in your mind and will be the best thoughts as soon as you get up early in the morning. So suppose I think in the night, tomorrow the first thing that I do as soon as I wake up, I should, make it a habit to say namaste to the divine. ఆ ఆలోచనతోటి పడుకుంటే next day as soon as I get up, I do this immediately. It comes naturally because psychologists believe that it is possible that your brain works on the thoughts with which you sleep in. So recap your day's activities in English. ఇక్కడ recap your day's activities అని వదిలేట్లేదు. Recap your day's activities in English. I woke up early in the morning. After that, I went to my college. Or after that, I went to my place of work. ఎన్ని sentences, diary రాసినట్టే recap your day's events in English and sleep over the fact that tomorrow too, I should practice my 2 minutes of conversing with myself. I should change a daily routine to English. You do this for, say, a week. And let's get back after a week. Sincerely do it, and we will see in the chat box if this method has worked for you or not. Remember, I'm closing. Be an active participant during the session. Take notes for each session. Bring a notebook, a pen, sheets of paper, and a sketch pen. Interact whenever you are asked to, just like how you did, the nodding or the thing or putting up the paper or typing in the chat box. And most importantly, recording your own video or audio clip whenever we ask you to do in your assignment. Do your follow-up activities, all the assignments regularly, every day, for every session. We have a short assignment. Give me more work so that I can get back to you in a better manner. And please don't miss any session. And finally, let me I hope you have all, liked the session. If you have liked it, put it up. Ammo. Okay. Useful? Has it been useful? Prithvi Chandu was the first one who put it. I'm so happy. Hi. Hi, Prithvi. Yes. Slowly I'll come to know, as I see you people, and as you come regularly, then that is when I see all of you regularly too. I'll remember your names. Maithili. N. Maithili. Yeah. Was it useful? Okay. I'm trying to talk to you. This is called small talk. They've asked me to wait for a minute, and I don't want to simply look at you like this. So I'm trying to talk to you. Krishna? Yes, good. Sheikh Kajawali, you've been a very serious listener. Can I see you smile? Yeah, good, good, good. So, by the way, my name is Sai Lakshmi. That was not an example. That's my real name. Okay? Okay. I'm back. I won't say the devil is back. I am back. Your teacher is back. Your facilitator is back. Now, this is a short announcement. After every session, we have an assignment. It's a very short assignment. Assignment has a few instructions. Please read the instructions clearly. And while you enter your name, let it be a Steino. Your name you do not change. Your email ID, which is a mandatory field. Am I on? Shall I continue? When you write your email, from the beginning till the last assignment, have the same email ID. I repeat, no, I'll tell them, no? It's okay. Chupachala. On your screen that there are certain mandatory fields, tappakunda required anamata. Name, I know nobody will change your name. Email, always use the same email. From assignment 1 to the last one, we want you to use the same email. And the contact number, your telephone number, also the same number from assignment 1 to the last assignment. ఇలా చేస్తే మీకు ఒక యూనిక్ ఐడి లాగా ఇది క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది. ఇది క్రియేట్ అయితే మీరు చేసిన అసైన్మెంట్ కానీ సబ్మిట్ చేసిన ఏది సబ్మిట్ చేసినా మాకు ఎవరు చేశారు, ఎంతలాగా మీ ప్రోగ్రెస్ ఉంది, కంటిన్యూస్గా మిమ్మల్ని ట్రాక్ చేయడానికి అవుతుంది. ఈ ట్రాకింగ్ ఎందుకు ఇంపార్టెంట్? అసలు ఇంపార్టెంటా కాదా? ఈరోజు నేను ఒకటి చెప్తున్నాను, రేపు ఇంకొకరు వచ్చి ఇదే దాన్ని ఇంకో రకంగా చెప్పారు, మూడో రోజు ఇంకొకరు వచ్చి చెప్పారు, నాలుగో రోజు మీరు రావడం మానేస్తారు. ఎందుకు? మీ కోర్స్ ట్రాకింగ్లో ప్రోగ్రెషన్ అన్నది లేదు. ఒకటి వచ్చిన తర్వాత రెండు వస్తుంది, రెండు తర్వాత మూడు, కానీ ఎప్పుడు ఒకటే, ప్రతి ఒకటే 4 సార్లు ఒకటి ఒకటి అంటే నోబడీ ఈజ్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్. So if we want to track what exactly you're doing, whether the course is useful to you, what modification should I make so that I can make it useful to you, all this is possible only when there is consistency. Consistency ante enti? Okelaga undali ID. And when you come to the class, again, this is a request to all of you. This is an online class. And when we are talking about communication, మాట్లాడే మాట ఒక్కటే కాదు, మన entire body from top to toe, there must be a level of professionalism, which means that you should sit at a proper table. You should have a proper notebook. You should have a pen. You should create a classroom atmosphere even if you're working on a mobile. Mobile lo ila padukoni class vinadam kaadu. It's a class. It's learning. It's a, I won't call it a serious affair. It is going to be fun-filled. It's going to be active learning. Active learning eppudu vastundi? Only when our back is straight and we are in attention. నీకు చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇస్తాను. నేను ఇంట్లో ఇలా పడుకొని టీవీ చూస్తున్నాను. ద ఫోన్ రింగ్స్. ఓకే, ద ఫోన్ ఇస్ రింగింగ్. ఇట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ టు బి ద డైరెక్టర్ మేడం ఫర్ ద క్లాస్. రింగ్ అవగా, ఎస్ మేడం, గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ మేడం అన్నానా లేదా, లేకపోతే ఇలా ఆగిపోయి ఎస్ మేడం, వాయిస్ రాదు, ఆ అలర్ట్నెస్ రాదు, ఆ పాస్చర్లో అలర్ట్నెస్ అన్నది రాదు. Communicating is all about training, not just your language, but also your hands, your face, your back. All this is important in communicating. So I hope this is a sincere request to all of you to see that you all end up as good communicators at the end of the course, and we treat this as a wonderful experience of learning. Okay? Okay. How is this? That's it. Will be displayed in the YouTube link. Okay. So that's it for today. The link, the Blogspot link will be given in the YouTube. Yes, that's it. I repeat, now this is the technicality. See, I also learn a lot from the technical team. I've been only a teacher, but I have never gone into the technicalities of it. So the link, which is apyouthservices.blogspot.com, will be given in the YouTube link. You know, I wish I could write this and show it to you. Either link. See if it is visible. Yeah. apyouthservices.blogspot.com. Now, this is the link that you have to open for your assignments, submission, and for everything. I think with that, I'm coming to the close of this session, session 1. I hope all of you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it, it has been useful. And it also means I'll welcome you back for the second session on Thursdays. Hope to see all of you in session 2 on Thursdays, same time. Thank you so much, and bye-bye for now.